Hello and welcome everyone to the softball field, a doubleheader of action set to get underway. It'll be the number 9 ranked St. Mary's Rattlers taking on the Oklahoma Panhandle State University Aggies. I'm Joe Rodriguez, joined by Brian Maglion. And Brian, just when we think that these Rattlers, they may have hit their peak, they just continue to get hotter and hotter as the year goes on. St. Mary's, tremendous on the year to say the least, and Viana Gutierrez will dial in a called strike one. Ryan, for these Rattlers, can it keep getting better and better? Is it one of those kinds of years? I mean, you're already 25-4 to start off the season.
Well, for the Rattlers, this is a Heartland Conference game. Once again, all the more important. Rattlers coming off of a doubleheader victory at Texas A&M Kingsville this past Wednesday, winning 4-1 and 10-3. Impressive performance by these Rattlers, and they come home after an amazing weekend of action. Viana Gutierrez, last time we saw her, pitched a no-hitter, followed it up with a 4-hit shutout over Incarnate Word. We'll see if the Rattlers can continue this home momentum and overall momentum in this ball game.
As the 2-1 pitches hit over to V on 3 hops, the flip over to Richter at first, and Barbosa will be retired. But let's go on ahead. Let's meet the OPSU Aggies. The Aggies coming into play today, a record of 6-13. A 5-9 away record so far on the year, so they'll try to hit their stride inside the new park here at St. Mary's. Leading off, that was Anissa Barbosa. She grounded out to second. Now at the plate is Lily Ward. She'll be playing center field as Gutierrez throws that first pitch just inside. Rachel Thompson will be playing first base and batting third. She'll be followed by Sam Arledge, who will be pitching and batting cleanup. Selena Galindo will be playing short and batting fifth. Madison Hevington will be catching and batting sixth, as that one's fouled off. After her, it'll be Laura Treehall, who will be batting seventh, the designated player. Ashley Dewin will be batting eighth and playing third base. And then Colby Graves will round out the lineup and be playing right field. So 1-1 the count here to Ward. Gutierrez, as always, a twist and pitch, as that one swung on and missed. 1-2 the count. Ward, coming into play today, has a .263 lineup so far on the year. She started every game so far for these Aggies. But Brian, let's go on ahead. You already mentioned Gutierrez adding another no-hitter to her already impressive tenure here at the Rattlers. Coming into the year, we kind of viewed her as St. Mary's third best pitcher, although we knew that St. Mary's had a big 3 inside the circle so far this year. But Gutierrez in strong contention for the main ace role so far for these Rattlers. She's made herself quite a case.
Well, it's a great problem to have, if you will, if you're the Rattlers, having 3 great pitchers, as that off-speed pitch just out of the zone for a called ball. But Gutierrez has definitely come on as of late. Impressive performances thus far. And let's not forget the likes of Emily Britton, who has had yet another stellar season as well.
As that off-speed pitch, man, that has to be her most improved pitch so far on the year. When she has it going for her, she's unstoppable. Gutierrez, her first strikeout of the game and her 70th on the season. Let's go on ahead and get the other statistical rundowns on Gutierrez. A 1.61 ERA with an 8-1 win-loss. Those are not typos. In 65 innings pitched, she has 70 strikeouts versus 34 base on balls. So not only is Gutierrez able to shut people down as Thompson steps in and looks at strike one, but she's doing it in dominating fashion. The strikeout counter absolutely ridiculous this far through the season. Gutierrez, pitch number 2. That one bounces in front of the plate, and they'll even up the count at 1-1. And let's go on ahead, meet the players who have a lot of credit to give to Gutierrez, as well as she has to give to her, the defense behind her. From left to right in the outfield, Vidrine, Nichols, and Fields. Left to right across the diamond, Sardulich, Medina, Villa, and Richter. And Alex Rodriguez behind the plate as that one swung on and missed. So for the Rattlers, the usual peanut butter and jelly, I guess you would say, out there today, as we'll be seeing their full strength roster once again. 1-2 the count. Medina dusting off the rubber, stepping in. Wouldn't be surprised to see that off-speed pitch here once again. Instead, she comes with a heat, but that one just below the knees, and it's 2-2.
And that might just set up her off-speed pitch.
And it's one of those pitches where you can't really look for it. If you look for that pitch, she throws it so selectively that if you look for it and the fastball comes, you're just blown away. There it is. Hit over to Sardulich, ball in hand across the diamond faithfully, and that'll do it. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Gutierrez and the Rattlers. No runs, no hits, none left on base. The Rattlers coming up.
With 12 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities and NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
And welcome back, everyone. The Rattlers looking to take their first swings here of the day. But first things first, let's go over some ridiculous statistics on this St. Mary's team, just to give you a perspective of how hot they've been to start the year. The Rattlers, they've won 21 of their last 22 games, a feat that is impressive in any sport whatsoever, especially softball. They're currently working on a 7-game win streak. And more importantly, the Rattlers have defended their home ballpark a 16-2 record within the confines of the softball field inside the park at St. Mary's. And Brian, those are some ridiculous numbers, and they just stick out to you. They just catch your eye, and you can't help but wonder if they really are that.
I mean, the records that and the numbers the Rattlers are putting up as a team, it's numbers that you can only find on video games. Unprecedented numbers, as you mentioned, and it's always a joy to watch, see everything unfold as Sardulich takes that pitch outside for a called ball.
And you talk about it being video game numbers. Those numbers are so ridiculous. They're numbers that you only see in video games when you're using cheat codes. But anyway, let's go on ahead and meet the St. Mary's Rattlers, the usual lineup on out there, as that pitch is fouled away by Sardulich. The count will stay at 1-2. Nicole Sardulich, she'll be leading off, playing third base. Katie Nichols, she'll bat second and play center. Taylor Vidrine will be playing left field and batting third. Haley Richter will bat cleanup and play first. Benavides, she'll be the designated player and bat fifth. As that pitch up barely nicks Sardulich, and she'll head on down to first. And then after Benavides, it'll be Gutierrez. Gutierrez will be pitching and hitting sixth. Alex Rodriguez will be hitting in the seventh spot and handling the catcher duties. After her, it'll be Villa, who will be over at second. And then Fields will round out the lineup and be playing right field. So Sardulich doing what Sardulich does, which is get on base. And now the St. Mary's Rattlers will have Nichols at the plate. Sardolich, a .426 hitter, by the way, on the year, as that first pitch is out of the zone for ball one. You see Nichols straight away showing bunt, but it's a tough play against Nichols. If she shows bunt and pulls it back, she is a .393 hitter so far on the year, 15 RBIs as well. Bunt being shown once again, but once again out of the zone, so it's 2-0. Sardolich over at first. She has good speed, but no stolen bags so far in the year. She has yet to attempt. The Rattlers usually prefer to try to move her over through the batter in the box. Nicholas tries to do just that, but fouls it off, and can see her a little upset with herself there. It'll be 2-1. And Brian, if you're the Rattlers, you have for yourself a prototypical number one hitter, always gets on base, a prototypical number two hitter who always seems to move her over or get on base herself. Are these two a main reason for the strength of the Rattler lineup that we've seen so far this year?
Definitely. It is always important for the leadoff hitters to get on base and to allow for runs to score. And the Rattlers have definitely done that this season. One of the biggest things that have defined the Rattlers thus far this season is the fact that they've been able to score early in ball games. They've been able to catch teams off guard and get them chasing them, and it has definitely also helped their pitchers as well, pitching with the lead, as Nichols fouls that 3-2 pitch away.
And we'll do 3-2 again, and if you look at the statistics, the Rattlers have outscored their opponents by 75 runs through 29 games. And they've doubled them up. They're outscoring them 158-73. As that one's grounded over to third, the throw across the diamond is in time, as Dewan's able to make the play. Nichols, she is retired, but she got her job done. The Rattlers with a runner now in scoring position. And we talk about a prototypical one-hitter, a prototypical two-hitter. When Taylor Vidrine's right, she's an accelerated number three hitter, to say the least. Vidrine stepping in, a .263 hitter so far on the year. So that one's dealt in there for a call at strike one. Vidrine, 3 home runs to go along with 12 RBIs. And she'd like nothing better than to put the Rattlers up 1-0 right here. And inside corner is caught. 0-2 the count. Let's go on ahead and meet Samantha Arledge, the starting pitcher for the Aggies, as Vidrine swats that one away. A 6.13 ERA so far on the year for Arledge. That's the best on the team. With a 5-4 win-loss. She's pitched the most innings for her team so far this year, 61 2/3, and has 69 strikeouts as compared to 30 base on balls. Vidrine, she fouls that one over toward the dugout, and will do 0-2 yet again.
In this ball game, the 4th conference game for both teams, the Rattlers won their first 3, so started off Heartland Conference play 3-0. As for the OPSU Aggies, not so fortunate. Their first 3 games, they dropped 2 of them, so they begin with a record of 1-2. They are hoping to turn things around here at St. Mary's, as Vidrine swings and misses as she strikes out for the second out of this inning.
And let's go on ahead, meet the OPSU defense behind Arledge. It'll be from left to right in the outfield, Barbosa, Ward, and Graves. After her at third base, it'll be Dewan, Galindo at short, Spurgeon at second, Thompson at first, and then Heathington will be behind the plate. So 2 away, and here comes Richter to the plate. Haley Richter, a .352 hitter so far on the year. Also tops in RBIs so far for the Rattlers this year. 35 RBIs on the year to go along with 4 home runs. And if you're the Rattlers, even with 2 away right here, you feel comfortable that Richter has a good chance of bringing in Sardalich over there at second. But she'll have to fight her way back, 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch, and swung on and missed. So Arledge able to fight her way back into the inning after allowing a leadoff runner. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base, 2 strikeouts for the OPSU Aggies, heading to the top of the second when we return.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes led a 10 initiative to raise funds and help wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Four, 5, 6 due up this inning for the Aggies. It'll be Arledge, Galindo, and Hevington. Arledge, the cleanup hitter and pitcher for this Aggie team, and she'll be trying to help herself out here to start the top of the second. Arledge so far on the year, a .356 hitter, 6 home runs, and 11 RBIs. Her 6 home runs are out of 11 total home runs so far for the Aggies this year, as that first pitch is put in there by Gutierrez for a called strike 1. Gutierrez, her typical twist and pitch. That one fouled away, and it'll be 0-2.
And this has definitely been one of the key things for Gutierrez, getting ahead in the count, which allows for her to go deep into her bag of tricks, and who knows, we may be able to see one of her off-speed pitches.
0-2 pitch. That one's well out the zone. It's 1-2 now. And it's really an interesting matchup whenever you have these 2 pitchers going at it at the plate, especially when the 2 of them can handle a bat like Gutierrez and Ulrich can. You see them maybe trying to predict each other's pitches because they both are so good at striking people out while in the circle. Off speed, and that one taps softly. Sardalich to throw it first. Oh, and it's into right field. It'll get away. Arledge now heading over to second base. Fields had to run quite a way to go and corral it, and Arledge will stand at second.
And that was just a tough play to make if you're Nicole Sardalich, just overthrowing Richter over at first, and it leads to Arledge going into second standing up.
And it's one of those really difficult decisions to make if you're Sardalich. I think that she was considering allowing the ball to go foul. It looked like it maybe would have rolled over there, but instead she tried to field it and throw it, and just wasn't able to get the correct handle on it because she had to get rid of it so quickly. And now we'll have a courtesy runner going in for the pitcher. That'll be number 23, Shelby Perry.
Your batter is Selena Galindo.
And now here comes Selena Galindo to the plate. First pitch by Gutierrez. Bunt shot is popped up, and it just went foul.
Now ball.
And great job by the Rattler defense, both Sardalich and Richter coming over from the respective bases, as well as Rodriguez getting a good jump on it, able to cover the ball just in case it stayed fair. But we'll see another pitch in this at-bat.
Galindo, a .316 hitter so far on the year, 2 RBIs. Showing bunt again. This time it's laid down. Sardalich, the bare hand, she fumbles it, but throws it to first in time. Villa will fire it back across the diamond just to see if they could get Perry sleeping, but they cannot. So a successful sacrifice, and now it'll be up to Hevington at the plate.
That's the ring for catcher number 10, Madison Hevington.
Madison Hevington, so far on the year, a .240 hitter. Go along with 8 RBIs. By the way, Perry over there on third. She's pinch run in 8 games coming into the year. She scored 3 times. Here's Gutierrez. That pitch a called strike 1 on the inside corner. And Gutierrez will have to manage her way around a runner in scoring position. Trey Hall waits on deck. Here's Gutierrez off speed. It's so pretty, isn't it?
That was a filthy looking pitch. Buckled the knees of Hevington right there, and once again Gutierrez up in the count, 0-2.
Here's Gutierrez. Swung on and missed. The strikeout swinging. Gutierrez, it's her second fan of the day, and now it'll be up to Treal. And Brian, once again to your point, just getting up in the count allows you to do so much, even with a runner in scoring position on you.
And right there, Gutierrez showing just what she can do. She got Hevington chasing on a pitch outside, and she's able to record a big second out here early in this ball game.
First pitch just inside to Laura Trehall. Trehall, a .275 hitter so far on the year. 4 doubles out of her 11 hits. Also an on-base percentage of .302. That one well inside. Alex tried to frame it anyway, but the count will be 2-0. So a bit of the opposite of what we're used to. Gutierrez, she's down 2-0. She'll have to fight her way back in the count. That pitch, pickoff over a third, and they got her. Perry lingering just a bit too far off the bag. The Rattlers able to take advantage, and that'll do it for the innings. No runs, no hits, 1 error committed, none left on base. Bottom of the second coming up.
With 12 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities and NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student-athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
And welcome back, everyone. The bottom of the second set to get underway. It'll be Benavidez, Gutierrez, and Rodriguez due up this inning for the Rattlers. Benavidez, you want to talk about a player who's on fire. She's been just that. A .310 hitter so far on the year to go along with her 27 RBIs. Those 27 RBIs, good for second best on the team, as she steps in and looks at a called ball one. That pitch called a strike, and the count will be evened at 1-1. But Brian, something I've noticed about this Rattler lineup, and that I really like about it when I look at it up and down, I think that you could start in this lineup, have any hitter lead off an inning, and find a way to manufacture a run out of it. It seems like everyone has the ability to be a leadoff hitter, even has a little bit of power in their bat as well. I mean, it just feels like every time, it's like you're, as a Rattler fan, you have confidence like, oh, Benavidez is leading off this inning. I think St. Mary's could figure out how to score a run. And it just shows you how great this lineup really is.
I mean, and it must be a nightmare for opposing teams and opposing pitchers. They can't necessarily take a break anywhere in the lineup. Normally towards the bottom of the lineup is where teams would put their weaker hitters, but this Rattler lineup very capable up and down, as you mentioned, as we await the 3-2 pitch.
Home plate umpire will quickly just dust off the plate. And Benavidez will dig back in. And that one's inside, and Benavidez will head on down to first with a leadoff walk. So 2 innings in a row now that Arledge has allowed the leadoff runner to get on base. The first time it was a hit by pitch, this time it's a base on balls. And now Gutierrez will be coming to the plate, but first a pinch runner over for Benavidez at first base. Pinch runner's gonna be Leon Campos. Campos so far this year, she's played in 22 games so far this year, and she scored 10 runs as a pinch runner, so one of the Rattlers' go-to pinch runners, obviously. And we'll see if St. Mary's will be able to navigate Campos around the diamond. And something that not many people are going to notice, but that Benavidez just did, she went and talked to Gutierrez and Alex Rodriguez, giving them hints and tips as Campos will take second base on the fumbled ball behind the plate. And that's a real strength if you have players who can maybe pick up something their first time up and then just share it with the rest of the lineup. And even if she was just telling them good luck or something, then Arledge, she might be a little bit nervous right now, saying, well, am I tipping my pitches? Is something going on? It's just mini games inside of the sport of softball.
And the great thing about that also is that it shows a lot about this Rattler team. Not only are they athletic and capable of doing amazing things on the field, but also they're smart. And as you mentioned, if they see things, they're going to tell it to their teammates to help them when they come up to bat.
And that's something that really just comes with experience. Players sometimes become coaches on the field themselves. They pick up something or another that even their coaches might not see because they're not out there on the field, as that one's off the glove of Galindo. Coming around to score will be Campos, and she'll do it standing. And the Rattlers able to strike first off of the single by Gutierrez. So Gutierrez helping her own cause, and the Rattlers up 1-0.
And great job by Gutierrez, not doing too much with that pitch, able to deposit a beauty down the middle just out of the outstretched arm of Galindo at short. And now Alex Rodriguez gets set to take the batter's box as another pinch runner will enter the game for the Rattlers.
It'll be Miranda Medina, the usual shortstop. She'll be running for the pitcher Gutierrez. Medina usually the flex player, so she usually only plays the field, but she has good speed over there at first base. We'll see what Medina can do. Medina, so far she's scored 9 runs on the year. She actually also has a home run so far this year. That was a solo shot, accounted for only RBI. But now she'll be trying to get around the horn and back on home. And Alex Rodriguez will be the Rattler at the plate to try to spark that. Still none away. A-Rod showing bunt. She pulls it back and a called strike one. Alex, so far a .313 hitter on the year. 4 home runs, has her tied for the most on the team with Richter. She also has 2 RBIs, so a .563 slugging percentage for A-Rod on the year. And a called strike two. Alex not showing the bunt that time, looking to swing the whole way, but didn't pull the trigger, and she'll find herself down 0-2. And now if you're Alex, you want to try to shorten up your swing, but she's not able to do so. A looping swing and a miss for strike three. So the third strikeout of the day so far for Arledge. And now here comes Villa. Amanda Villa, a .315 hitter on the year, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs, as that first one's thrown in there for a called strike one. And I like what Arledge is doing right here. She gave up the first run of the ball game, but she's been firing away ever since then, just forgetting about that first run that was given up and trying to find her way back into this ball game. One and one the count for Villa. Fields waits on deck. Sardolich is in the hole. As this one's popped into the air off Villa's fist, and the catch is made by Heathington for out number 2.
And as you mentioned, after allowing that first run to score, Ulrich has definitely settled down and has been able to retire 2 consecutive Rattler batters as Hannah Fields gets set to bat.
Hannah Fields, a .143 hitter. She lays down the bunt. Great wheels on Fields, and she'll beat it with ease. Medina, though, caught too far off the bag. The slide back, and she's safe. Medina able to evade the tag and was able to dive back safely into second base. She's got a smile on her face over there. She knows she got caught with her hand in the cookie jar, but got away with it this time. And now here comes the scary part of the order once again for the Rattlers. The top back up, Sardolich at the plate. Sardolich, she was hit by a pitch her first time up, 2 away, and she shoots one down to third. A good diving effort by Doohan, but she's not able to come up with it. I think Nicole was trying to just pepper one over there. Doohan, she's been playing very in on that bag over there at third. She's about 5 steps in front of the base, even though it's unlikely that Sardolich would be bunting in a 2-out situation. Here's the pitch, and Nicole fouls that one back, barely able to get the bat on it. So the count will be 0-2 for Arledge. Arledge looking in. And here's the pitch. And Sardolich able to lift that one towards left and out of play. And we'll have to do 0-2 yet again. And Brian, you mentioned it, St. Mary's getting out in front first and getting out in front early.
And sometimes one run is all you need, especially with this Rattler team, with the pitching staff that they have. They are definitely capable of winning games, whether by 1 or 5. It doesn't matter. This pitching staff is just amazing. And we'll definitely see this pitching staff in action as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. You're watching Rattler Softball on the Rattler Network. Stay tuned.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes led a 10 initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
And welcome back, Rattler fans. 7, 8, 9, the bottom of the order due up for the Aggies. Treehall, Dewan, and Graves. Treehall, she was up at the plate before the inning ended in the top of the second, but now she'll be able to complete her at-bat due to the pickoff over there at third base by Alex Rodriguez. You see Madrine getting into it over there. She's on the drums. Looks like Nichols was on the guitar there, although very briefly. You can't say these girls don't have fun, can you, Brian?
And you can't afford to have fun, especially when you are the Rattlers with the astonishing record that they have, 7 wins in a row. Definitely you can afford to have fun. And as you mentioned earlier, the pickoff throw that Rodriguez had to end the top of the second, just a testament to how well-rounded this Rattler team is. They could get you out in a variety of ways, and Rodriguez definitely has had her fair share of pickoff throws this season.
As Treehall looks at a called ball 1 right there. Treehall, before the inning ended, she was in a 2-1 count, but that doesn't carry over, of course, so it'll be 1-0 right here. Gutierrez the pitch, and that one's lifted but well fouled down the right field side, and it'll be 1-1. And I have to say, Brian, watching these girls and how much fun they have makes it so much fun to watch them. I mean, they're absolutely a pleasure to come out to the park and see.
It is definitely contagious. This atmosphere here in the inaugural season of this new softball stadium has just been tremendous. Already we've hosted 2 softball tournaments here, and great atmosphere all around, and we've had our fair share of rave reviews of the facility, as well as our Rattlers themselves playing tremendous softball to begin the season.
As that one catches the outside corner, 2-2. And Brian, this stadium could really become a factor for the Rattlers if they continue on this trend. We could see them hosting a Heartland Conference tournament in the future. That would absolutely be a pleasure to watch in the first year of the new parks here at St. Mary's. Full count, Gutierrez back inside the circle. Important pitch right here. You want to make sure this leadoff runner goes your way. And it's fouled off by Treehall. And we'll have to do 3-2 yet again.
Good job by Treehall, able to make contact with that pitch and able to force yet another pitch in this at-bat.
3-2 count. Gutierrez the pitch. Oh, just a bit inside. And Treehall will be on first with a leadoff walk. And now here comes Ashley Dewan to the plate. Dewan, a .217 hitter so far in the year. 4 RBIs so far. And she'll step in. A good opportunity for the Aggies here in the top of the third. We'll see if Dewan's showing the bunt right here. And she is indeed. And she leaned into that one. She went around. And the pitch did hit her. So it'll be a called strike 1 because she went around, and she took that one right off the shoulder. think they're going to go on ahead, give her a chance to recollect herself, but I think they're going to go over the call here. The rule is if you go around and swing, even if you are hit by the pitch, then it is a strike because of the swing. Even though it may be unfortunate that you got hit by the pitch. I remember a Little League game I was playing, and I was playing at third base. Never heard of this rule before, and our pitcher actually managed to strike out a player that swung and missed a ball, and it hit him. And I always thought that was such an unfair rule. I thought that if you get hit by the pitch, I mean, you're in pain, you're suffering, you got the bruise to show for it tomorrow. But the rule is the rule. If you offer at it, then it is a strike. So 0-1 for Dewan.
And I completely understand the rule, because in that situation, Dewan was showing bunt. Had she just taken her regular stance, the pitch would have more than likely missed her, as she shows bunt yet again, this time making contact with the bat, and the double play not made. However, the Rattlers get the lead runner at second for the first out of this inning.
Correction out number 1. That brings up number 3, Colby.
You gotta love the confidence there by Sartlich to go on ahead and throw it down to second, though. I mean, it's one of those things that once again comes with experience. You know the timing, you know that you're going to be able to gun it down to second and cut off the leadoff runner. As that first pitch is out of the zone to Graves. It's that snap decision making that can determine whether or not you save a run or allow a big inning. Colby Graves, a .333 hitter so far on the year, 2 doubles, as that one's fouled harmlessly down the third base side, and the count will be 1-1. One count. Gutierrez with the pitch. That one hit over Sartlich. Throw down to second is in time. Throw to first is not, but once again, the Rattlers able to cut off the lead runner.
Great job once again by Sartlich, able to get that lead runner, and 2 big outs over at second base to prevent the lead runner from advancing in scoring position, and it definitely has made things easier for the Rattlers to handle, as now they have 2 outs here in the top of the third.
And now it'll be back to the top of the order. Anissa Barbosa at the plate. Anissa, she grounded out to second her first time up. We'll see what she does here. At pitch, out of the zone, and it'll be 1-1. And if you're the Aggies, you've had 2 failed attempts to move a runner over, and now you'll have to do it with the bats. Gutierrez, here's the pitch, and that one out of the zone, and it'll be 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, that one grounded over towards Villa. Quick throw over to Richter, and that'll do it for the inning. So the Rattlers allow no runs on no hits, 1 left on base. We're heading to the bottom of the third. Rattlers lead it 1-0.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
And welcome back, everyone. Bottom of the third, set to get underway. For the Rattlers, it'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up this inning. Katie Nichols, Taylor Vadrine, and Haley Richter due up this inning. Nichols, she grounded out to third her first time up. And now she'll be looking to do the leading off duties for St. Mary's. The Rattlers, if you're just joining us, managing to strike first in the bottom of the second inning. Benavides, she reached on a walk and was eventually brought around by Gutierrez, as that pitch is out of the zone for ball one. It was actually Campos who pinch ran for Benavides and eventually scored the run, but nonetheless a run up for St. Mary's. 2-0 the count for Nichols. Here's the pitch, and Katie looks at a called strike right there, and it's 2-1. I always wondered why Katie went with the number 4 instead of the number 5. Nichols, Nickel. I could see the leap right there, but wear the number that works for you. As Katie fouls that one off, 2-2.
Joe, you're definitely always looking at the marketing side of things.
What's your number? You have one in particular you like to wear?
23.
I wonder why.
Definitely, I have it at the end of my Twitter handle. Definitely has been a lucky number of mine growing up.
Where can we find you on Twitter?
At BMAG23, but I would recommend that you follow us on Twitter, and that's a perfect segue. Follow us at St. Mary's Rattlers on Twitter and Instagram, and be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. And Joe, we could find all our well-written articles and pieces and columns on rattlerathletics.com, where we could find a cup of Joe.
Yes, indeed. Up, that one fumbled over at short, and Nichols is able to beat it. Galindo, that one not sticking to the glove there, and for the third inning in a row, the Rattlers will have their leadoff runner aboard in some way or fashion. And now Vadrine will be coming to the plate.
Great hustle down the line by Nichols. Not watching the ball, but rather just focusing on getting to first and not being too worried about the defensive player making a play. And she was able to reach in time, and Vadrine takes the first pitch for a ball.
1-0 the count. Here's the second pitch, and Vadrine pops this one away, 1-1. And to get back to the conversation about numbers, why we picked them, you said you went with 23. Besides the Michael Jordan, what is the reasoning behind the number?
I guess superstition also goes along with it. As you mentioned, Michael Jordan, definitely a big reason why, but also growing up, I used to play basketball, and I picked the number 23, and it just gave me that confidence, if you will, that I can perform to the best of my ability. And things like numbers or the way you put on your cleats or the wristband you wear have a lot to do, and it's just something that sometimes is unexplainable. As an athlete, it's just normal to you, and to the everyday person it may not be, as Vadrine swings and misses on that pitch and strikes out swinging.
Vadrine, her second time up, her second time to strike out. And now it'll be Richter coming to the plate. The 5th strikeout so far on the day for Arledge, and it'll be up to Richter now with one away and a speedy Nichols over there at first. Nichols, she does steal a lot of bags, as that was ripped but foul by Richter. And the reason why I bring up the conversation about the numbers is you and I, both being former athletes playing games we love, we have these numbers, And I think that you put it correctly in that wearing a certain number gives you a certain kind of confidence. It gives you a certain enhancement, I suppose, on the field or the court of play. I'd be curious to ask our Rattler players why they wear the certain number they do, if there's any kind of story behind it, because I believe that there has to be some kind of story behind every number. I mean, I know I have stories behind the numbers I picked, and I'm sure there'd be several interesting stories behind the numbers that some of these girls have picked as well. 1-2 the count to Richter.
And while we are on this subject, Joe, do you have a specific number that you like to wear when you were playing?
It depended on the sport, of course. When I was playing football, I liked the number 78. Reason being, I was an offensive lineman, and it was actually the number my father wore. And I didn't know it until I had actually gotten the number. As Richter rips one into left field, and there will be 2 Rattlers aboard with none away. With 1 away, I should say. And then basketball, actually, my number is 1. And I never thought myself to be a number 1 kind of guy, but back when I was playing with my friends, we had this little group inside our team. We called ourselves the Crew. One of us, the point guard, he was number 11. The small forward, he was number 21. And I had always liked wearing number 21 because I was a fan of Tim Duncan, even though I was born a Dallas Mavericks fan and raised that way. I always had a respect for the way he played the game. But in order to keep the ending with 1 kind of trend going, I went with the number 1, and I absolutely loved it after wearing it for a year or so and never looked back. As Benavides will be stepping to the plate, 0-1 the count with 1 away. And Rattler fans, of course, if you have a favorite number that you like to wear, go on ahead, tweet us at St. Mary's Rattlers. We'd love to hear your stories as well, or even a story of a friend for a particular reason that they decide to wear a number. 1-1 to Benavides. The Rattlers threatening yet again here in the bottom of the 3rd. Gutierrez, she waits on deck. Unless there's double play ball, she'll be seeing some action. Ooh. Benavides took a rip right there, tried to send one up to the hill, maybe to the houses beyond it, but came up with nothing but a big breeze, and the count will be 1-2.
That was a great cut and great pitch for Arledge, as that one is popped high to center. An easy play for Ward as she records the 2nd out of the inning.
And now it'll be up to Viana Gutierrez. Gutierrez, 1 for 1. She had the single in the 2nd inning. Able to get on the board with the RBI. And now she'll look to contribute to her own cause yet again, as that one's called a strike. And I always like this, to see 2 pitchers go at it. I mentioned it earlier in the game when Arledge was at the plate, but it's nice to see that the players who are going to have their records affected by this game also get to handle the bats. 0-2 the count. Arledge hopping ahead of Gutierrez. That one well off the plate, and Viana not offering at it, and it'll be 1-2.
And the thing that is most intriguing to me about pitchers facing each other in these at-bats is the fact that, as you mentioned, they can help their cause, as Galindo almost unable to make the play, but able to snag and hold on to that ball. The Rattlers able to get some runners on, however unable to score one. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Rattlers still lead 1-0 as you're watching Rattler Softball on the Rattler Network.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes led an initiative to raise funds and help parent wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1,000 have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
And welcome back, Rattler fans. The top of the fourth upcoming. St. Mary so far, the 1-0 advantage in the first game of this doubleheader against the Oklahoma Panhandle State University Aggies. It'll be the 2-3-4 hitters due up this inning for OPSU. Lily Ward, Rachel Thompson, and Sam Arledge are all due to bat this inning. Lily Ward at the plate, the number 2 hitter. She struck out her first time swinging. Gutierrez, the wind, the deal, and that one just inside for ball 1. Viana, 2 strikeouts so far in 3 innings of work. We'll see if she can continue to add to her strikeout count. Here's the pitch, that one well off the plate, and Viana uncharacteristically falling behind 2-0. I'm Joe Rodriguez along with Brian Maglio. Brian, wonderful having softball here on campus on the eve of spring break, I guess you could say. Classes are out. It's finally nice to be able to have a nice little break. Any plans for you over the spring break, or just going to sit tight and enjoy some Rattler athletics?
Well, I will definitely have Rattler athletics on my mind. I will definitely check out Rattler athletics. We have the Heartland Conference tournament going on. Both our men's and women's basketball teams competing respectively in the tournament, as that off-speed pitch called for a strike, 2-2 the count. But aside from that, and broadcasting tomorrow's conclusion to this 3-game series, I'm just going to sit tight and enjoy the break and definitely refuel and recharge.
As that one's out of play, and we'll do 2-2 again.
And what about for yourself?
I'm going to be heading home. My bus leaves in just a bit, and I'll be heading home, seeing the family. I'm actually really excited. My little sister performing in her first musical, and I'm going to be able to catch it. As a called strike 3 for Gutierrez, Ward goes down on strikes for the second time today, the first time looking, and Viana with 3 Ks now on the day. Rachel Thompson now coming up to the plate. Thompson, she grounded out to third her first time up. Viana with the pitch, and that one out of the zone, 1-0.
Viana already with 3 strikeouts this ball game. Last weekend, when she pitched her no-hitter, she struck out an amazing 13 batters. Just a true testament to just how amazing this season has been for not only her, but this entire Rattler team.
And a 1-1 count now for Rachel Thompson. Viana, here's the pitch, off speed. Man, that one just a bit low. And she throws that pitch with such irregularity. She'll throw it any time in the count. And it's just an absolute strength. You have to be ready for it, but at the same time, you can't predict it because she still manages to throw it so selectively.
And it definitely catches the opposing hitters off guard. You don't know when, you don't know where it's going to happen. And you just kind of got to brace yourself for the worst. However, Thompson able to draw the walk. The second one Gutierrez has allowed this ball game, and now heading up to bat is Arledge. Sorry, third time's a charm right there.
You got it, bud.
And we will once again see the pitcher versus pitcher duel here.
And that one swung on and missed. Viana so far looking to get the better of the exchange.
Gutierrez showing the heat on that one. Let's see how she approaches the second pitch.
Pickoff throw down to first, not in time, as Richter and Rodriguez weren't able to quite make the connection. And the count will be 1-1. By the way, Brian, you're speaking about the Heartland Conference tournament coming up for basketball, a tournament that both men and women's basketball won last year. That off-speed pitch for strike two. The Lady Rattlers, they'll be in action against Newman here today. That'll be at 7:30. Meanwhile, the men will be going up against Texas A&M International, the Dust Devils. That'll also be at 7:30, as that one's fouled away. The ladies, they'll be in Laredo, Texas, as the men are currently in Fort Smith, Arkansas. 1-2 the count, as Arledge was able to foul that one away.
And the men starting the Heartland Conference tournament against the team they ended their season with, as Gutierrez able to strike out Arledge for her fourth strikeout of this ball game. But back to the men's basketball. The Rattler men finished the season off here at Bill Greehey Arena with an amazing, exhilarating double overtime victory over Texas A&M International, whom they will begin the Heartland Conference tournament against in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
The men riding high, a 3-game winning streak, all of those against Heartland Conference foes. The ladies, meanwhile, also riding a 3-game winning streak, and they also won a thriller on senior day in overtime action, as that one swung on and missed by Galindo. 1-1 the count for Gutierrez. Galindo, she had a sacrifice bunt her first time up. Here's the pitch, off speed for a strike. And that pitch can't be much faster than a soft toss softball pitch that you and I would see in intramurals, but it's so unexpected.
That was just a beautiful pitch right there. It started out of the zone and dropped softly back in,
as A-Rod throws down to first to convert the strikeout. Gutierrez strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, one left on base. Gutierrez looking to put it in cruise control. The Rattlers still lead at 1-0.
So much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes led a 10 initiative to raise funds and help wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Bottom of the fourth, set to get underway. The Lady Rattlers lead at 1-0. St. Mary's so far 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error committed. Meanwhile, OPSU, no runs. They still have yet to get a hit, 1 error committed as well. As now Alex Rodriguez will be coming up. The bottom of the order for St. Mary's, Rodriguez, Villa, and Fields. Here's the first pitch. That one fouled away as it got in on the hands of A-Rod. A-Rod 0 for 1 so far today. She struck out her first time up. We remind you yet again, St. Mary's fans, and of course OPSU fans who are just tuning in, enjoying the broadcast, watching and supporting your team, a double header of action here today. These two teams, they'll square off once again approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this 7-inning contest. 0-2 the count. Alex back into the box. Here's the pitch. And a called strike 3. Rodriguez goes down on strikes for the second time today. And now here comes Amanda Villa. 6 strikeouts so far today for Arledge. She's doing all she can to keep her Aggies in it. She's pitched very well so far here today.
As you mentioned, 6 strikeouts, allowing only 3 hits and 1 walk. An impressive outing thus far for Arledge. But unfortunately, OPSU unable to score any runs thus far in the ball game as Villa takes a called strike.
Villa, she popped out behind the plate in foul territory last time. This time she tries to get around on one, but shoots it foul down to third base instead. And it'll be 1-2. Fields waits on deck. Here's Arledge, and that one slapped right up the middle. A single for Villa. Ball bobbled out there in center by Ward, but no harm, no foul. St. Mary's their 4th hit on the ball game.
That's going to bring up right fielder number 2, Hannah Fields.
And great piece of hitting by Villa, able to slap a single smack dab up the middle as she's able to get the 1-out single with Fields now batting.
First pitch just outside for Hannah. Fields, she had that single the last time she was up. The slap bunter was able to reach on the strength of her speedy legs. Looking to bunt this time around, but fouling it back into the glove of the catcher, Heathington. 1-1 the count. Arledge, here's the pitch. And Fields swung through that one, and it'll now be 1-2.
1-2 Fields.
If your Fields, just try to put one in play right here. They're not going to double you off because of your speed, as that one's above the belt. 2-2.
And as you mentioned, Fields, a speedy runner. Villa, not too shabby herself. The Rattlers have great speed on the field, as that one called for another ball. And Fields able to battle back and work this count full. And as you mentioned, just try to get on base and put the pressure on OPSU as,
oof, she tried to ask for the walk right there, but instead Fields goes down on strikes. The second Rattler to strike out looking so far in this half of the inning. Strikeout number 7 for Arledge, and now it'll be up to Sardalich at the plate. Sardalich 0 for 1 so far today, struck out her last time up, was also hit by a pitch. As she swings at the first one, she sees a little looper, and it's going to fall in. Via a big turn at second, but she stays put at that bag. And now the Rattlers will have 2 aboard with 2 away.
And Startlich able to bloop one into right field as she reaches first with 2 outs, and now Nichols up to bat, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Definitely an opportune time for her to get her first base hit.
As that one in there, called strike 1. And for Startlich right there, that's a weight room hit right there. Just strong enough, the ball's in on your hands, but you're able to muscle it out into the outfield anyways. And now it'll be up to Nichols. 0-1 the count with 2 away. And Nichols able to give this one a ride toward deep left field, and it's out of here. And on one swing of the bat, St. Mary's able to quadruple their lead as Nichols fires it up 4-0 for the Rattlers. And she had the good part of the bat on that one, a smooth, easy swing, and it just drove out of the park for Nichols right there.
And the left fielder, Barbosa, didn't even give that a second look. That one looked good right off the end of the bat. And a 3-run homer able to give the Rattlers now a 4-0 lead. And this may have been the backbreaker right there. Throughout most of this ball game, Arledge able to keep her team within 1. And now, with one swing of the bat, courtesy of Katie Nichols, the lead, as you mentioned, quadrupled.
First pitch in there, called strike 1 to Vadrine. Vadrine, struggle is real here today. She's 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. Arledge back to firing in, but out of the zone. 1-1 now. And it amazes me how smooth that swing was for Nichols. It's not like she was trying to hit it out of the park. She just hit it right on the screws as that one's hit toward short. The catch made by Galindo. And that'll do it for the inning, but not before St. Mary's able to strike for 3 more. Nichols, the 3-run bomb here in the bottom of the 4th. The Lady Rattlers, their fangs out here against the Aggies.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Top of the 5th, about to get underway. The Rattlers adding to their lead, 4-0 right now. And Gutierrez, a week after a no-hitter, now working on yet another one. Just one more time through the lineup, and she'll be through it. Heathington, Trehall, and Dewin do up this inning against Gutierrez. Here's the first pitch by Viana, swung on and missed. Heathington, 0 for 1 so far today. She struck out her first time up. And by the looks of that swing, she is trying to bust the first hit of the day. Gutierrez, here's the pitch. Off speed and That one off her foot, it looked like, and the count will be 0-2. They'll allow Madison a little time to walk around and walk that one on off.
Gutierrez this afternoon has done a beautiful job of, we've mentioned this throughout the whole broadcast, mixing her off-speed pitches with her high-speed pitches and just catching these batters off guard.
As that one swung on and missed, and strikeout number 6 for Gutierrez, and the second one against Hevington. One away, and it'll be up to Trehall. Trehall, she walked her first time up. Gutierrez looking in, has her sign. Here's the pitch. And that one lifted towards right field, but well foul, as Fields gave chase, but not able to run it down. And the count will be 0-1. Gianna looking in. Here's the pitch, off speed, and there it is for strike number 2.
And Trehall, when she stepped out of the batter's box, you could tell by her body language that she was frustrated because these off-speed pitches are just baffling these OPSU hitters.
And the thing that makes it so effective for Gutierrez is no matter what pitch she's throwing, her form just always looks exactly the same. That's how you coach them to do it, and Viana obviously very good at it. And there you go, once again, a sick pitch for Viana and another strikeout. Strikeout number 7. And the last 5 Aggies that have been retired by the strikeout. Here comes Ashley Dewan to the plate. Dewan, a fielder choice over to third her last time up, 0 for 1 on the day. And a called strike 1 there on the inside portion of the plate. Viana looking in yet again. Here's the delivery. And that one above the belt, maybe a tad inside as well. Rodriguez, she tried to frame the mitt, but out of the zone it was 1-1. Here's the pitch, off speed, and that one's fouled away. And now Dewan will be behind.
I mean, we see that off-speed pitch countless of times from Gutierrez, but every time she does it, it's just as amazing as the first time we saw it.
Here's the pitch. Woof, just a tad outside. And Gutierrez back into the circle. Doing the bat ready. Now here's the pitch. That one bounced in front of the plate. And the count will be 2-2. I think Viana just trying to see if she could get her to offer one right there. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3, and Viana sets down the side in order. 1, 2, 3 go the Aggies via a strikeout, and another strikeout. Heading to the bottom of the 5th, the Rattlers still lead it 4-0.
We have so much to celebrate in Division 2, but we're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have the 10 initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Bottom of the fifth, set to get underway. It'll be Richter, Benavidez, and Gutierrez due up this inning for the Rattlers. The 4, 5, 6 hitters so far, and for Richter, 1 for 2 so far on the day. And you know St. Mary's would love to add to their already 4-0 advantage. And Richter looking to get them off to that start. First pitch swinging the whole way. She smashes it into left for a leadoff single.
Number 9 to the plate.
Richter not wasting any time swinging on the first pitch, and she's able to lead off the inning with a single.
And now here comes Laura Benavidez to the plate. Benavidez so far today, she's 0 for 1, popped out to center, showing bunt, and it's a beauty laid down. Oh, and she dropped the ball. Spurgeon dropped the ball over there at second base as Thompson had flipped it over to her, and the Rattlers will get a free base runner.
And the Rattlers at first and second. And brings up number 50 to the pitcher.
And that is not what you want to happen if you are OPSU. The Rattlers already dangerous as it is offensively, and when you spot them base runners, they usually make you pay, just like that one.
Oh, and Benavidez is caught up. Nowhere to go. Now Richter's going toward home, and they're going to call Benavidez out for being out of the baseline, but Richter able to get around and score. So it'll be a single for Gutierrez. And so 5-0 for the Rattlers. It looked like Richter was being waved home there at third, but I think she had a slight stumble over there on the bag, so she tried to stay put, but nonetheless the Rattlers able to get another run up on the board, and they'll have Gutierrez running over there at first and Alex Rodriguez at the plate with one away. That one swung at and fouled away, and the count will be 0-1. And even though Benavidez was caught out there at second base, caught in no man's land really, she stalled enough time to allow Richter to get around the bag. So good bad base running by Benavidez over there at second, I suppose.
And great awareness by Richter, understanding the situation, was able to score on that play despite the out.
1-1 the count. Here's the pitch, and that one paints the inside corner for A-Rod. 1-2 as Arledge with a great pitch right there. Arledge and A-Rod strikes out for the third time today, the golden sombrero for her.
That's number 2.
And now here comes Amanda Villa. Villa 1 for 2 today. She had a single and came around to score in the fourth. And the appeal down to first. Villa did go around, so 0-1 the count. Arledge, here's the pitch, and that one hit right back to her. It's off the heel of her glove, the throw to first, and no, she'll just hold it. And so Villa will stand at first, Gutierrez at second. And now here comes Hannah Fields. I believe they're going to give the air to Arledge right there. 2 Rattlers on base, Fields at the plate, and she'll foul one down the third base side. Oh, and 1 the count for Hannah. Infield playing well in. They're more than aware that Hannah's a slap bunter. And she shoots one to center anyway. Gutierrez being told to hold up at third, and the bases will be loaded for the top of the Rattler order.
Time is called.
As if things couldn't get any worse for OPSU, they just did. As you mentioned, 3 base runners on base, bases loaded for none other than Nicole Sardulich, who this season is leading the team so far in batting percentage.
Sardulich, one of those leadoff hitters who not only is going to score a lot of runs for you, but she can hit in her fair share of runs as well. 19 RBIs so far on the year. That's 3rd best on the Rattler squad. Bases full of them now. Outside corner called strike 1. Sardulich so far today, she's 1 for 2. Struck out, hit by pitch, and a single. A pitch out of the zone, 1-1. It'll be up to Sardulich right here, but Nichols, who homered her last time up, is waiting on deck. This one lifted towards center field. Ward underneath it. She'll make the catch, and the Rattlers not able to convert. St. Mary's does score one more, though. They now lead it 5-0, but they do leave the bases full of girls wearing gold. Heading to the top of the 6th, Rattlers lead it 5-0.
5-0.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes led a 10 initiative to raise funds and help wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised. Hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, everyone. Top of the 6th set to get underway here at the softball field inside of the park here at St. Mary's. 5-0, the advantage for the Rattlers. Viana Gutierrez, the trend of her just playing out of her mind continuing. The no-hitter still on the line for Viana. It'll be Colby, Graves, Barbosa, and Ward due up this inning. First pitch just below the knees, 1-0 to Graves. Graves, a fielder's choice her last time up. She grounded it towards Sardulich. The number 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up as that one caught the outside corner for a called strike 1. And Brian, we've been very fortunate so far this year to have 2 no-hitters. One out of Matt McLean, one out of Gutierrez, who's in the very circle. As that one slapped past the glove of Sardulich, and it'll be a base hit. As the curse apparent right there. But I was going to ask, how fortunate are we really to be able to see the great pitching that we've seen every single day?
Quite frankly, we're spoiled. We get to see the likes of Viana Gutierrez, Matt McLean on a daily basis here in our own backyards here on campus, and the fact that they're able to perform at this high level is just astonishing. As that one grounded to Sardalich, and no one there to cover second, and all runners will be safe to lead off this inning. First and second now for Ward, who's about to step up to bat.
And now here comes Lily Ward. Ward, she struck out twice. And the really crazy thing is you don't really consider those players the aces for the Rattlers, or at least at the start of the year. You still have players like Emily Britton, Renee Solis, and even young up-and-comers like Umpel, who's been tremendous for baseball so far this year as well. And of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Marceli Bissaro. 1-0 the count here for Gutierrez against Ward. Here's the pitch. Ward lays down the bunt. Sarlich over to take it. Throw to first in time as Villa was over there to cover. And there will be 2 runners in scoring position and 1 away.
Rachel Thompson.
So now here comes Rachel Thompson, the number 3 hitter for OPSU. She's 0 for 1 today. She walked her last time up. Gutierrez looking in. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back. 0-1. One away. St. Mary's still with a comfortable lead over here at 5-0. Here's the pitch, off speed, and that one's fouled down the third base line, 0-2. And even when the Aggie players are able to make contact with that off-speed pitch, they're way ahead of it and fouling it just down the third base side if they're a right-handed hitter.
Yes, once you're committed to swinging at an off-speed pitch, your hopes are just to make contact so you could foul it away and hopefully see another pitch if you're down in the count, as Thompson is right now, 1-2.
And the thing that you'll see really, really good hitters do is they'll try to keep their hands. And what I mean by that is that one's hit towards center field, and it's going to get down for a hit, and the Aggies will score their first run of the day. And that was a pretty good example of it right there, an off-speed pitch. But then the runner tries to hold their hands so that they don't throw the bat head too early. And what it does is it allows you to make solid contact so that you're able to hit the ball. But at the same time, you're not really going to hit it on the screws unless you're looking for that pitch or it was kind of hung up there, so to say. As that one out of the zone, 1-0. Sam Arledge up at the plate. Here's the pitch from Gutierrez, and that one's hit on the nose, but right towards center. The runner coming home. They're going to have a chance to pick her off, and she dives back safely. Runner now going over to second base. That throw down, and she's out. Thompson trying to be sneaky and get down over there to second base. And it looks like Thompson may have hurt her leg over there. Well, we hope Thompson's okay, but that'll do it for the inning. 1 run allowed, 3 hits, no errors committed. Rattlers still lead at 5-1. We'll let you know about Thompson when we come back.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have the 10 initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
because we care.
And we now see Thompson rising up, able to get up. It looks like she'll be able to walk off with some assistance from the training staff and her own head coach. Based on how they're looking to try to walk off the field, it looks like a right leg issue, and they'll go on ahead and take her to the training staff room. 5-1 the score for the Rattlers. Bottom of the sixth will be upcoming after the break. Our thoughts, of course, with Thompson. We hope her all the best. But you're watching Rattler Softball here on the Rattler Network. And welcome back, Rattler fans. Some defensive adjustment for the Aggies. Barbosa, she'll be moving over from left field and now be playing first base. Trey Hall, meanwhile, will come from the designated player role and now be playing left field. So the substitutions, as that first pitch is out of the zone, 1-0. That pitch, just a touch inside. And the count will be now 1-1 for Katie Nichols. Nichols, the big blow so far in this ball game. The 3-run blast in the fourth inning that really helped blow open the game so far for the Rattlers. St. Mary's, they got that 3-run shot. They haven't looked back since in the first game of this doubleheader. 2-1 the count. As that one hit hard over to short. Nice backhanded play. The throw not in time as it got past Barbosa anyway, but I think Nichols would have beaten it out, so it'll be a single for Katie.
Great effort there by Galindo at short, able to backhand it beautifully. The throw, as you mentioned, not in time. Nichols, a speedy runner, able to beat out the throw. And now we see Taylor Vidrine head to the box. She's 0 for 3 as she struck out twice here as her bunt attempt goes foul. 0-1 now the count.
Nichols, a speedster down there at first. 11 of 12 so far on stolen bags this year. That's a great percentage right there for one Katie Nichols. We'll see if she's on the move here. And that one, it looks like it's going to get away, so Katie will take second on the passed ball. Hevington, that one off her mitt and to the dirt. 1-1 the count, runner in scoring position. Vidrine was showing bunt earlier. I wonder if it's still on. It's not, but it's fouled down the third base side. 1-2 the count. Now, Brian, recently analytics, all those numbers, advanced statistics in baseball and softball have come to show that bunting may not be as effective as we were all taught when we were learning the good old fundamentals of the game. Now, that being said, when is bunting most effective in your eyes, and how often should a team bunt?
Well, to answer your question on how often a team should bunt, I believe it should be based off of the philosophy of the team, as Vidrine flies out to Graves over and right for the first out of the inning. But to get back to your question, when is an appropriate time to bunt? Whenever you have an opportunity to advance a runner into scoring position and you have no outs, that's normally the best opportunity. But of course, if you have the likes of a Haley Richter, who's at bat right now, I wouldn't go for it. And Richter able to drive that one to left, and the speedy Nichols able to score all the way from second to add to this Rattler lead. The Rattlers now lead 6-1 off a RBI single from Haley Richter.
You can tell Haley's seeing the ball really well the last two at-bats she's had. First pitch swinging, first pitch hitting. And now it'll be Benavidez at the plate with the Rattlers 6-1 lead. Corner's still playing in against Benavidez. Pitch well off the plate, and it'll be 1-0. Benavidez 0 for 2 today. She walked her first time up, scored a run, but since then she's popped to center and reached on an air. Here's the pitch. Benavidez lifts this one well and deep. Man, that's the longest home run I've seen in this park so far. Benavidez fires it up. The Rattlers, their fangs still out, 8-1. Now the lead for Laura B. and St. Mary's.
By Felicia. Oh man, that one was gone as soon as it made contact. Benavidez flexing her muscles on that one. A beautiful swing down the left field line, and everybody in the Rattler dugout and the Rattler bullpen knew that one was long gone.
That one cleared the Rattler dugout over there in left field. Benavidez absolutely teed off on that one, and Gutierrez now at the plate. That one foul down the first base side. 0-1. Gutierrez so far today, 2 for 3. The Rattlers showing the long ball range here today. 2 long shots, both for multiple RBIs. Gutierrez, hot shot, almost hitting her third base coach down there. And it'll be 0-2. That's funny. Benavidez now having to go out there and retrieve the ball that she hit. That's an old rule, isn't it? If you hit it, go get it. That one's out of the zone, 1-2.
The old schoolyard rule, if you will.
1-2 the count, 1 away. That one, Gutierrez off the bad part of the bat, but into the good part of the field. A single as the Rattlers continuing the home cooking here in the bottom of the 6th.
That's going to bring it up double deuce. A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez.
And now here comes Alex Rodriguez to the plate. Rodriguez and Vidrine, the only 2 Rattlers without a hit so far here today. However, Rodriguez has done it in tough fashion. She's struck out all 3 times up. So that first pitch is chin high out of the zone, 1-0.
Rodriguez, however, not contributing with her bat during this ball game, has contributed in other ways. Had a great pickoff throw over at third earlier on in the ball game, and she has done a tremendous job of just working Arledge. I'm a little tongue-tied here. She's done a terrific job of working the pitch count as she gets ahead 3-0 now.
She's also done a very nice job calling balls and strikes behind the plate for Gutierrez. 3-0 the count. Arledge winding, delivering, and A-Rod looks at a called strike there. 3-1. You see Alex, one of the more methodical players I've ever seen when it comes to approaching at bat. She'll step out every single time after a pitch, as she'll draw the walk right here, and Alex will reach the bag for the first time today. So Gutierrez moseys on down to second, and now it'll be Villa up at the plate. Villa, she's 1 for 2 so far today. Single run scored. She's also reached on an air as she tomahawks at this first one, but it's well foul.
Villa a bit ahead of that pitch right there.
A bit high as well. May have been a little eager, trying to show her power as well. As this one swung on and missed, and it's 0-2, and looks like Amanda a bit on top of her swing right now, and you see her, she's swinging a bit downward. And she did it again there, and it's fouled off 0-2.
And foul ball keeps count same at 0-2. What do you say around our fans? Let's make some noise out there.
0-2 the count, one away. Arledge with the pitch, and Villa goes down on strikes.
Villa goes down swinging.
Out number 2 of the inning.
That's going to bring up the big deuce. And
Strikeout number 9 for Arledge. 9 strikeouts, that's usually a very, very solid number. First pitch to Fields, that one's popped up, and it'll roll foul. No Aggie player touched it, so the count will be 0-1.
Just a matter of inches, the ball avoiding the glove of Heathington, the catcher, who initially was trying to field it, but the backspin brought the ball back to foul territory as Fields fouls that one over our way and off
of everything.
off of everything, off the bleachers, off the facing of the press box.
0-2 the count. Gutierrez leads from second, Rodriguez from first. And that pitch, a called strike 3 on Fields. And that'll do it for the inning. Strikeout number 10 for Arledge, but the Rattlers, the day appears to be theirs. 3 more runs off of a homer by Benavidez. Rattlers look to close it out as we head to the top of the 7th here on the Rattler Network.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Top of the 7th up for the Rattlers. Another win, a great possibility right now as they lead the OPSU Aggies by a tally of 8-1. It'll be up to Galindo, Heatherton, and Trey Hall to try to stop Gutierrez and the Rattlers here. Gutierrez, here's the first pitch, and that one fouled down the first base side. If you're just joining us, you missed a doozy. The Rattlers 2 long balls so far this game. Gutierrez, she had another no-hitter going through 6. Just absolutely tremendous until the Aggies were able to strike for 1 run in the top. That pitch just a tad inside, and it'll be 1-1. The home run balls by Benavidez and Nichols. Benavidez a 2-run shot, Nichols a 3-run shot. That Benavidez home run, though, that may have been that is the deepest home run I've seen hit so far in this new park, as Medina doing her part defensively and 1 away. Meanwhile, if you're an Aggie fan, Arledge, she had herself a great strikeout total here today. 10 strikeouts for Arledge. Meanwhile, for Gutierrez, 8 strikeouts of her own. Here's Gutierrez. That first pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Heatherton at the plate. She's 0 for 2 today. She struck out twice. In fact, at one point, Gutierrez was going so well that she struck out 5 Aggies in a row. An excuse me swing there by Heatherton. Medina able to fire it across the way, and now 2 away. Laura Trey Hall due up here. Trey Hall, she's 0 for 1, a strikeout and a base on balls. St. Mary's looking to secure this game, the first of the doubleheader. The second one will begin about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this first one. That first pitch called strike 1. The Rattlers trying to improve to a record of 26-4. That's almost that's just a shade under a 90% winning percentage. And that off-speed pitch for Gutierrez is not fair. Oh, to the count. Rattler crowd starting to get behind their Rattlers. Here's the pitch, and that one just off the plate, and it'll be 1-2 now for Trey Hall. Viana looking in. Here's the pitch, off speed, and that one just barely fouled off by Trey Hall. And the count will be 1-2.
Count remains 1-2. Go help them out, fans. Help her out.
Viana looking in. The twist and the pitch. And that one hit over to third. Sardolich across the diamond faithfully, and that'll do it for the ball game. So St. Mary's Rattlers improve to a record of 26-4. Meanwhile, the Aggies fall to a record of 6-14. Viana Gutierrez improves to a record of 9-1 on the year. Meanwhile, Arledge falls to a record of 5-5. Brian, exciting action if you're a Rattler fan in the first game of this doubleheader. Can we expect more of the same in the second game of the doubleheader, or what are the Rattlers going to look to improve on? Because you can always improve on something.
Well, after a performance like this, it's hard to pinpoint what they can improve on. An impressive performance from this entire Rattler team, flexing their muscles, hitting long ball after long ball, and not to mention another terrific outing from Viana Gutierrez. It'll be interesting to see how the Rattlers...
As a crazed man has wandered into our press box.
It'll be interesting to see how the Rattlers follow up this amazing performance in a matter of minutes. But if any team can do it, it is this Rattler team who, as you mentioned, improved their record once again.
Looks like Emily Britton is warming up out there in the bullpen, so we'll be looking to see her in the second game of this doubleheader. Remind you, Rattler fans, check us out on Twitter and Instagram at St. Mary's Rattlers. Also give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. If you want to watch any rebroadcasts, interviews, anything of that sort, youtube.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. And for schedules, statistics, and everything you could want to know about your St. Mary's Rattlers, including Tovar's take, be sure to check out rattlerathletics.com. Second game of the doubleheader upcoming. The Rattlers victorious 8-1 in the first game of this doubleheader. I'm Joe Rodriguez for Brian McGlulion and everyone here at the Rattler Network. Take care, everyone.